That's why, like I said, this is the mind of a black man, bro. And we don't get that. This is the mind of the Father, whose Son came to his own people. This law book came to its people, bro. The manufacturer's book, the book that's in the glove compartment of every car, that we should follow as the created. That means he is our manufacturer. He is our manufacturer. And so his mind, and he gave us this law. That means he said, let this mind be in you that's also in Christ. He's the king of the black man. And so it's not that God is blacker. That's the big deal. The mindset is, if ever it was a people who somebody see, every God gave his people a law. And they had it's like they had a council. They had a council. That's why they got all the ideas, the thoughts. Okay. No, it was one law. And he said, you, Abraham, I'm going to give your people my law. And they got this book through a people that they now call black. Everything in this book is real, just like the nation. Everything in this book is real, just like us. Everything in this book is love. Because every time you say something is real, you saying it is love. If somebody throw you a free ounce of that gas, what you gonna say? Man, that's love. He is real. For real. If somebody don't steal from you, that's love. That's real. But if he steal from you, that's hate. That's fake. And he said the nation is real. The book say God is love, bro. He is real. The name of the nation is real. One thing a lot of people know, it either is real or it is fake. It either is love or the book is love. The mind of the black man supposed to be love, bro. That's the mind of the Father. But we don't have the mind of the Father because they stripped the Father. Like I said, the most important thing to us, bro, especially to the black man, the Hebrew man, the people of this book supposed to be our family, man. It ain't nothing more dear to me, man, than my family, man. That's why so many murders in the hood. Because when you touch family, you touch what? Love, man. Mm-hmm. And it is real. What you say will get you killed. It is real because you talking about somebody's family, man. That's why it hurt when George Floyd get killed. Because that's our family, man. Right or wrong, he our people. Right or wrong, he our people, bro. Now, I ain't saying I read this book, so I want my people to wake up. And see, I can't bust with Black Lives Matter in the way they represent it, because that ain't love. I understand your frustration, but it's a better way to do things. But see, man, with my heart, bro, it's like this, bro. I know Black Lives Matter real because I'm a daddy, bro. Because I'm a husband, man. Mm-hmm. That's how I know. And not just Black lives, because even though this is a mind of a black man, right? Guess what? All lives matter because the black man, he ain't just died for one. He died for all. I'm off track. Right? All, bro. This is the mind. God ain't a color. He's a heart. He's a mind, bro. And he said, which people should I give it to? Who should I introduce my mind? Because whatever your mind say is your law for you, right? And so whoever you give your law to, they special. Do you tell everybody kids how to act? No. See? You only give your mind. You show everybody else how they supposed to act. Right. All right, man. But your mind go to your children. And he gave us this book so we can have that mind. And that's what I'm saying. It's the mind of the Father. And he passed it to the black folk. And we won't read our history. Okay. So when he say, David says, my soul shall make her boast in the Lord. Why would he call his soul a her if he's a man? I don't know. See, Christ is the husband, we the female. It's soulical, it ain't about physically. Right. Physically, I'm a man, I came out of something.
Right.
Just if we the wife, just like Eve came out of Adam, we supposed to see the picture, know that we came out of Christ, the human race. All of it's feminine, male and female. Ain't the head above the body?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't heaven above earth? Ain't you
I got you.
It's crack. So it's all feminine, bro. So let's go back to what we was talking about, bro. That mind of the black man is. If you want to be real, read the book, and the book is about brothers, be all others, bro. Telling you, bro. I'm sorry for taking out, bro.
Nah, you good, man.
It's just deep, bro.
It is.
It's the mind, bro.
It is.
Your history is the mind of the realest black man. And not just that, the realest in the world. So what it mean to be black, bro, it's like being the Chicago Bulls in the 90s. You get that?
Yeah.
You got 3 groups of people on the team.
I feel you.
You got those who own the team. My bad. I don't know if you want to be cool being on camera.
Yeah.
You got those who own the team, don't get no minutes, but they got a jersey on. No minutes though. Would you respect their ring? They ain't touched the court. Would you respect their ring?
Nah, you wouldn't. They were just on the team.
See, them the unbelievers. Them the people who won't believe the mind of love.
Mm-hmm.
That's who that is. They part of these people, but they got the mind. So then you got the people on the team who at least give minutes and they put up stats on the stat sheet.
Okay.
Even if it's just minutes. I got on the court.
Right.
You ain't gonna touch it. I got on the court.
Okay.
Bro, you ain't even check the ball yet. I got on the court. I was in the game.
Right.
I was on the team. Hey, I got in the game.
Right.
Anything else is unacceptable. At least the person who did that can look at the man who ain't never get off the bench and say, I got in the game.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Those the believers, those who say, I believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, get filled with his spirit and filled with the spirit of love. Because the book say God is a spirit. And it also says God is love. God is a spirit that they worship him, must worship him in spirit and in truth. So God is a spirit, and it says God is love. So his spirit must be what he is. I bet his spirit is love. And we need to quit trying to be so deep.
Yeah.
Mind of a black man.
For real. And just stop worrying about
love.
Yeah, just do it. You know.
And so, yeah, it's the mind of the Father. And so then the third group of people is who? You got everybody who just checked the ball in till they put up the most points. And who's the third group? You got the not MVPs.
Or the MVP.
The MVP on the team. So the best thing came off the Bulls in the 90s was what?
MJ.
Alright. So the best thing came out of all the great black people in history, Hebrew people in history. And there's many greats. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. Many greats. Y'all was finna say, you all was finna say Marcus Garvey. Thought I was finna say, come on, man. Jacob, Judah, all the 12.
Mm-hmm. Joseph,
who saved Egypt and the world because of his wisdom. And they said, this man's wisdom can only come from the mind of the true God. And he had the law of God, the mind of a black man. Welcome to it, baby. Come on now, bro.
I feel it.
That's a great in black history. We had Moses who went up there for 40 days and 40 nights with a black man, came back and said, this is how he think. And they was already breaking God's conscience with their sin. So he slammed it down. And people, if they read more than the Bible, they'll know as soon as he said, get off the mountain right now and go see who your people who already covenant they break. God had wrote the law with his finger, right?
Mm-hmm. And
guess what happened? The words disappeared off the stone. See, the histories really say, and they do say, the Bible just ain't all of it, it's a highlight reel. It say, man, when he threw what he really threw down was blank tablets. God had already erased his mind from the offense. Mock your covenant that they do break. Had to take his word off, reestablish it right back again. And we steady, and that was the black man who brought it down. This is what the Father has to say. But see, they didn't know him as Father because they didn't understand Father, because Adam's line got broken when he ate their fruit and they lost the Father. And that's why we perpetuate it by today, because the people with the mind of the Father don't have fathers, because we won't get the mind of Christ, the Son, who said this is what the Father's heart is really like. Why did Christ know what the Father's heart was like? See, while we was down here on earth, we had a different father, the devil, and we kept sinning. But he was always in heaven, right with the daddy. He knew what the daddy was like. See, when you don't grow up with a daddy, you don't know what he like. You become mean. You disrespect the law of love. But Christ had a daddy the whole time. He said, I was right there with my daddy, man. And see, why y'all only seen that, y'all wasn't seeing how mad he was getting that child over y'all murders constantly. That's the epitome of hate, man. When you murder. He said, you don't know how many tears daddy cried. The father, every time. You think he don't go to the funerals in the hood? Come on, man. You think he ain't cried when George Floyd got killed? When we dropping bombs on each other as a race, not just our people? Yes. But his chosen is us, bro. Yes, bro. But his chosen is us. And we supposed to represent the mind of a black man to the world. But we don't. And he said we embarrassed him. I can show you Ezekiel 36. He said we embarrassed him everywhere we went. This is the mind of a black man. And so Christ came to say, listen, man, though y'all messed up with daddy so many times, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show y'all his love, man. That Christ, he said, this is truly the love of the Father. He say, a bruised reed will he not break. You know what a bruised reed is? You know them little stalks of cattails like things that be tilted over?
Oh, okay.
That mean if you saw one of them coming out the water, you know it don't take much to push it and just fall on over. He said he won't mess that up, bro. He said he'll walk past it. See, Jesus was so cool, bro, so smooth. He a black man, smooth like them 70s dudes wanted to. He was smooth. He said, man, with his words, he was stern, but he was smooth. He said he won't even break one of them. His love so tender. He say, if you know how like a candle when it's about to go out and that little red dot be right there. Mm-hmm. He say he'll walk past and the wind from him won't even put that out. That's how smooth he is with his words. He never put you down. He say this is what the daddy really like, man. This is what daddy really like, y'all. And Christ is representing the Father to us. He say God the Father, he couldn't leave heaven because he is creation himself. Right? Everything came out of the Father. He can't leave heaven himself. But he said, if he could, he would do what I'm going to do on earth, which is die for y'all. Because a real daddy will die for his kids, man. He said, and then God must have told them somewhere and said, man, if I could, man, I love them so much, I'd die for them. And Jesus must have said this, man. You know, daddy, I'll do it for you. See, that's the love of the Father. Jesus said, I'll do it for you, man. He said, I'll do it for you. I'll represent your heart on earth. And he said, I choose them black folk to come through. And we're going to see how their heart is. And we rejected the heart of the Father. We rejected love like we do to this day. We rejected the mind. But some of us believe. And we worried about his name. But we don't have the revelation of his heart, bro. Mind of a black man. It's love, man. It ain't all that hate. It ain't all that murder. It ain't all that rioting. It ain't all that acting the fool. It's a way, man. It's a way. It's a mind, man. Let this mind be in you that's also in Christ Jesus. But we refuse to have that mind of love. We love hate. We love having haters. We love jealousy. We love being jealous. We love all of it, bro. We love selfishness. We eat it for lunch. One verse of my daddy's thought process, of the manufacturer's thought process, says this, bro. He said, man, they can't even go to sleep unless they did something evil. Killed somebody, took somebody's wife. We got to do something evil to go to sleep. That's how. We got to wrap a CD and poison 10 million people and be happy about it. Yeah, I saw this. I taught wrecking families and fornication and daughters disrespecting husbands, daddies, get sneaking and giving that virginity away because the fathers ain't there. I taught it, but it's what I know. So Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. He tried to represent the mind of the manufacturer, bro, to us, and he showed, and it say he represented it perfectly. And the complete thing is Jesus walked in perfect love for 33 years. He didn't hurt nobody for 33 years.
That's what's up.
You divide 100 by 33, bro, you know what you get?
What?
What you get? If you divide 100 by 3, what you get? 33.333333333333. That's what you get. So the other half of that number must be what? 66.666666666666.
Oh, gotcha.
You ever seen that?
I mean, I never really paid attention.
That's a third.
Gotcha.
See, the woman is not 50-50. She's a third, man. That's why she always smaller. She's only a third of you. See, and if you add 33.33333 to 66.6666, you know what you get?
What?
100. That's why black people say, man, he ain't no 100. Because you gonna act like your mama or your daddy if both of them ain't there. Because a man can't raise a child by himself. A female can't. Because if a male raise a child by himself, he gonna have 33% of him missing. So that means 33% of that child gonna be fake. And if, watch this, if a female raise a male by himself, guess what? That means only 33% of him gonna be real. The other 66%, that big empty gap, they gonna be fake. That's why it takes a mother and a father to make what? 100 or one. That's why he said, hear ye, O Israel, the Lord our God is 100. Be real, bro.
That's what's up.
The mind of a black man. Telling you, bro.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
That's the family, bro. And we miss it because we don't know love. So what happened when you see the father can't never be broken from his female. The son, he was broken from his female. He put the 33.3 on earth. That's why the Masons, they love that number so much.
Right.
That's why they love it. You ready? You good?
No, I'm trying to figure out if I ever got my car keys out of here.
Out the car? I'll take you back to get them, bro. You ready?
No, I'm just trying to see if I left them in the car, the bag, or what. Real quick, my bad.
Yeah, my bad about that commercial break, but yeah, I was telling my partner like, yeah, bro, it's the mind of, we were saying it ain't gospel rap, it's the mind of a black man raps, you see, and it's how a black man is rapped. That's why when they tripping, they say he ain't rap too tight. But anyway, I was saying before the commercial break, he say, but yeah, man. So when you got the father and the wife together, the wife and the husband together, make one. That's why, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the Masons love, they know what they saying secret. But see, that's why they say Daniel was 10 times wiser. You know why?
Why?
They say he had the spirit of, nobody else had the mind of a black man. That's why we hate it. Because they know what we supposed to represent and we ain't representing it. Though it has been systematic oppression after oppression. Who shall teach knowledge, my daddy asks. Huh? Who gonna teach it? See, when you ain't in the book, you don't have no knowledge, and the book make you see your father's mind, and you understand of my daddy, a real man ain't gonna ask his kids to do nothing he wouldn't do. So if we the children of Israel, all they was asking us to do is to love one another. And he said, if that's true, I take care of mine. Every good daddy gonna take care of theirs. And he's a good daddy, but we couldn't see his heart, so we called him God instead of daddy. It's hard to love a God, but boy, when you know your daddy love for you, mind of a black man. That's why black people don't care if their daddy was rich or poor. They wrote that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Is dad no dad? That's the real question. Is dad no dad? Huh? Forget rich dad, poor dad. Is daddy here or is daddy not here?
Got you.
Because the just gonna live by faith, man. And the family is the faith. When you believe my daddy, so the black man so real, he got a heart so big, our mind's supposed to be so big that if you don't got a daddy, that black man's supposed to take you under his wing. And even though that happened in the hood, what my beef is, we teach them bad when we take them under our wing. You see? The mind is always to look out for the ones without a daddy, but we put that thumper in their hand. Come on, man. You can't be the leader of Black Lives Matter if you ain't no dad. Sorry. You can't be it if you ain't no husband. If you ain't pumping pure good to build your community, common unity, you just can't be the leader. Nah, bro. But that's the mind, bro. And if you can't get that 66.66666, that's the male. You see? If you can't get that 66.666666 to get with that 33.33333 and make a whole, that's a wife and a husband to make one. And now they can reproduce. And then with the reproduction come the training. People say, you don't teach your kid nothing. No, that's the problem. It's too much teaching going on. See, you can teach humans. That's why they got colleges. But you can't teach an animal nothing. That's why the people at the circus got to have a whip on the back of that tiger when they make them jump through the hoop, don't they? They can't talk to them, do they? See, you teach things that can listen. Animals you have to train, and then the animals go in cages. Get it? And we talking about the black prison epidemic. You must train them that when I let you out of this cage, you will act right. If you don't, you are going back in the cage with minimal food, minimal water, minimal light, minimal fun. Now, if it takes you 5 years to learn the process, oh well. But it's better than your daddy killing you. If it turns you 50 years, whatever. And it's not that I'm being hard, because we only do what we know, but that's why I'm in the manufacturer's book, The Black Man's Mind, so I can teach the others how to act. It's sense. But first things first, the only way to fix it is to put the fathers back in the home. Whether you have a little or a lot, be there. Straight up, bro. I ain't got nothing, trust me. I ain't got no job. I ain't got nothing to do, trust me. Hunger is an incentive to make you work. I'm telling you, boy, hungry, he'll make you pick a shovel up. I know hungry. Hungry to make you put an application in anywhere. Please, look, man, I know my record messed up.
Right.
But you don't know me, bro. Hunger will humble you. Maybe it humbles. Nah, bro, you supposed to love your family. That's the mind of a black man. That's what Abraham is, the father of the faith. And all the people who trying to teach it and they got it messed up, it's just some offbeat groups who don't know how to be a daddy, so they don't get it. They don't know the feeling of when your child know he guilty. It's a feeling, bro, when your child know he guilty, and you the father who's the judge know he guilty, and you look, and you didn't beat his butt before, you didn't toe him up before, but he know what he got coming, and you say mercy. You say mercy, man. Mercy, man. When I remember I used to be kind of, I get my kids, but they gonna be, they all good kids without question. But growing up, you have to train them. They little animals. And you gotta train, not teach. And once they mind mature, then you can talk to them. Why you do that? Why you do that? And the older they get, it should be less training and more teaching.
Right.
And so, but I remember I said one time, I said, mercy, man. He couldn't, but what's mercy? And I said, it's when you get what you don't deserve. Straight up, you know what time it is. When you supposed to kill somebody and you don't, bro, that's big mercy, bro. That's the mind of a black man. When you got a chance to talk about a bad and you don't, that's the mind of a black man, because we all know gossips ain't real, don't we? Spread your business. You put your trust in somebody when you hurt and they run out there and they tell it to the world, that's not real. It's not, bro. Either he is real or you is fake. You got the mind of the black man or you don't. A lot of cultures, bro, they don't got the word down like we got it, but they got the love right. Straight up, bro. But nah, man, that's why you gotta have that. Once you make that 100%, bro, that's why you can't leave your old lady. You can't leave you can't, man. You got to learn how to make it work. You got to learn how to give that mercy. And the father, the mind of a black man, say mercy. His son said, man, he said, man, he said, I have mercy over judgment, man. I'd rather have mercy than judgment. Bro, you know how cool brothers is?
Mm-hmm.
You had brothers growing up?
Yeah, I got a brother.
Cool brothers. You somebody. That's why if somebody touch your brother, it'll turn you to an animal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they say he going in beast mode, because it's real, it's love there. And you can't take the few pieces of real that we got. No, man. Like I say, man, I believe Black Lives Matter when I see daddies, bro. Go ahead, bro. I believe Black Lives Matter when I see daddies. I believe Black Lives Matter when I see mamas. I see Black Lives Matter when I quit seeing us gossiping. Straight up. When I quit seeing us embarrassing ourselves as a people, man. That's when I believe it matters. When I see daddies teaching their daughters, girl, nah, we ain't with that gay stuff. Because the mind of a black man say that ain't honorable. Nah, boy, that ain't honorable. See, that's all the daddy job is, to teach you what is honorable and dishonorable. That's what the daddy job ain't. That's why the man say, honor your mama and your daddy. So the first person that was told to was Christ. So he must have had to honor the mama and the daddy. He must have had a mama and a daddy. He did. Only way you can get a son is with a mama and a dad. And in the beginning, he said he separated the dark from the lightness. Right? The darkness from the light. What's a daddy job? To separate the darkness from the light.
Right.
Hey, boy, don't do that. That's bad. Hey. Now, I like that now. See, that's your dad's job as a dad. But see, wherever there's not light, darkness will always take over. That's why we ain't got that mind. So the father, bro, that's his heart. That's his heart. That's his heart, bro. To have the mama and daddy to make 100. That's a big empty space, 66%, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's a big empty space, boy. 33 is smaller, but it ain't about one or the other. It's about the balance. You see?
Mm-hmm.
It's the balance, man. We want 50-50. Nah, ain't no 50-50. It's husband, she came out of you, you responsible for her. Hey, crazy. She ain't crazy. She only crazy because you here. You know, that's all. She hurt, man. He hurt. Chill. And so the devil, what he do, that darkness, it pervert us, bro, to our souls. Mm-hmm. It pervert us all the way to our souls. That's why I stay in this book. It's my history book. And he just revealed to me today, it's the mind of a black man. You see? It's the mind of a black man. I can't read no other book and get the mind of a black man.
Right.
If we knew how to read this book right, we'll see it totally different. You know what? You ever heard the book of Esther?
Say it again.
The book of Esther?
I heard of it.
See, this book is black people history. It's our history. That's why they had to hide it from us. What's the old saying? You want to hide something from her, put it in the book. The most sought after thing in the world. The most sought after thing in the world. Number one selling book in the world is The Mind of a Black Man. Never been outsold. And the black people won't read it. Black Lives Matter. That's what he was trying to tell you. I think he was sending a secret signal. Black Lives Matter. He was letting you know he get down with you, but you don't know it's your history, so you ain't know what he was holding up, because he wasn't holding up no picture of somebody that you recognize, because you don't recognize love, mind of a black man. He was trying to tell you what your help. That's your history, bro. If you don't know your history, which is his story, your story gonna be messed up until you align your mind with the mind of a black man. That's why I got mine, because I got the mind of a black man. People say, how you take care of them kids? You blessed. I got mines because I got the mind of a black man.
Straight up. Straight up.
That's why you got yours.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. It's it, bro. Your history. Know why you is who you is. See, our granddaddy, bro, Abraham, he loved the mind of a black man. It wasn't even it was God was invisible. He hadn't came and revealed himself yet. Abraham, we is what Abraham is. It say Abraham was from Ur of the Chaldeans. But in the book of Tobit, he say that, man, even from the beginning, Noah and all his sons, right? He said that was the lineage, for we are the sons of the prophet Noah, Abraham. People don't even know our granddaddy Abraham. Noah lived so long that he got to see our mind. Now we know Noah was a righteous man, don't we? We know Noah was a right. He saved the world. We don't know this part though. Abraham, our granddaddy, he went back and he lived with his granddaddy Noah before Noah died. So Abraham knew his history. He knew his mind. Hey, granddaddy, how you save the world? Boy, I ain't do what everybody else did. I listened to he said, I listened to the Father, and God put a blessing on that man. See, he could have picked the Indian, he could have picked the Mexican, the Russian, Canadian, if it would have been Abraham, if he would have blessed the right one, but he blessed who he blessed, and it landed on our granddaddy. And see, Esau, he cast that off. And then Abraham passed that mind, that blessing on to Isaac. It's in the book. And he passed it on to Jacob, the mind of a black. And by then, because of their nationality, which is Ur of the Chaldeans, we just mightily called black. And I might guess, I could be wrong, but I call it Iraq. I went over there, bro, and that's why they showed me so much love. I had the mind of a black man, you see? And guess what else I had? I had the spirit of the living God to match. I had the spirit of my ancestors to match. So they really recognized me. He got the same spirit on him that Abraham survived in the fiery furnace. Get in the book, re-add it to your head. Read, re-add it. Abraham was cast in the fiery furnace first. That's why come his grandkids said, man, yeah, we can survive the fiery furnace. Because the mind of a black man is what? We don't bow. Dude, we don't break. That's the mind of a black man. And when they said bow to that statue, our kinfolk say, I ain't bowing. Throw me in the fire. My granddaddy survived the fiery furnace. Read another book, Mind of a Black Man. And we'll survive it. Because our God, my daddy, will protect us. Boy, when a black man get hot, it's like he a fiery furnace, ain't it? Guess what that book say? Our God is God came down and visited Abraham. Guess what form he came in? A fiery furnace. Mind of a black man. Telling you, man. It's the real mind. It's a corrupted mind too that people love. I don't want that. I hate my corrupted ways. I hate my selfishness. That's our history though, bro. Abraham. And then God said, what you want, Abraham? What did Abraham want? What did he ask God for? Abraham was rich. He had a wife. What Abraham asked God? What did he ask the Father for? He said, what? You know what he asked for? I ain't got no son. Mind of a black man. God, I'm going to give you a son from your wife, and it's going to be a promise. One thing about a black man, we love a promise because you got to stick to it. That's why people don't like daddies who dip, because he ain't keep his word. People say, well, I ain't never said I was going to be with her. Well, when you put it on her, guess what? You give her your heart. You give her your intentions. And your word, your actions speak louder than words, homie. People don't even know the nerves in your penis connected to your heart, and they connected to your mind. So that's why you must align yourself with the Father. And that's why when you get a husband, they say, oh, he doing, I mean, not a husband. When they say, that's why, once they say, she got a husband, he got a wife now, they chilling, man. They say, what? Oh, he doing good. All the Father wanted was families.
Straight up.
He didn't give out corporations in the beginning. He gave out families.
I get you.
Yeah, bro. Mind of a black man. Our history say he got a son, and Isaac, and he had two twins. Isaac had two twins, and one son didn't even care about the mind of a black man. And guess what the mind of a black man say? Go back to your own woman. You see? Esau, he went ahead. It say he grieved. The mind of the black man says he grieved his mama and his dad by having them outside women. But Jacob, guess what? He went back home. And see, Jacob didn't see his granddaddy Noah alive, but guess what he saw? he lived with his granddaddy, Shem. He learned from his granddaddy, who learned from his daddy. Noah had Shem, so Shem lived long enough to see Jacob, who had the 12. And he taught his sons the mind of a black man. That's why at one point Jacob said, y'all embarrassing me to the people around me. Y'all making them people to hate me. Abraham had the same problem with Lot. He said, Lot, you making the people around her hate me. Oh, they was beefing, bro. You know, family.
Right.
Beefing, bro. Mind, I'm telling you, bro. That's the mind. Don't embarrass me. That's why he said, I just put the word Christian out. And so we don't know a Christian just convert. They converted to this mind. That's why everybody hated the Christians back in the day, the Romans. See, they was white folk. That's why they was killing them. And they converted over to Christianity, Christianity, the mind of Christ. And so what the white folk was saying, I believe on the black man. You see?
Yeah.
And that's why they we got something for you. You want to love them trying to cut that out.
Are you gonna go out?
But yeah, bro, that's that mind. That's that history, bro. And Jacob, bro, he had another commercial break. But Jacob, he passed it on to them 12. And we went into Egypt, bro. And we was a blessed people. We had 3 blessings that make us who we are. We had the birthright. Esau sold it. It say he grieved his mom and them by having that. And see, so when you sell your birthright, all that is just you get it just because you first, and you say you don't want that, right? God, that's the mind of a black man. Make you mad. God say, I hated him. I ain't even like him. I ain't even like him. He tripping. And so he said, but Jacob I loved. You know, people don't know this because it ain't in this book. But one thing Esau did, that boy stole his mom and them sheep. Act like he didn't know who did help look for him. And they say, and eventually Isaac said, you right. Rebecca was telling him, he said, man, you right, man. First I did like Esau a lot more because he used to be hunting. But he be tripping. Now I do love Jacob. And so Jacob got he bought the blessing and the birthright. And he also bought that cave too that Abraham was buried in. See, that's one thing too. They tried to give Abraham some stuff free a few times. You know what Abraham said every time? Nah, man, I don't want nothing for free. I buy it. Black people understand when people do something free for you, they kind of got one up on you, own them. Mm-hmm. That's in our heart, we know. That one thing about po folk, boy, we owe each other. See, we owe you black folk owe each other. Mm-hmm. But see, when you owe somebody something, the most thing we really should owe is an apology to each other, and we'll do our job. I'm telling you though, but the mind of a black man, this is our history, bro. Jacob passed it on to 12. He picked 2 his favorite. Jacob. He had Joseph. Joseph had the mind of a black man so good in him. Joseph, he saved the whole world. Real Superman. You talking about some black history. They honored him, bro. They honored him, bro. That man, he ruled second in command, and people don't know because they don't say it in here, but that black man, which y'all modernly call black, he ruled that kingdom for like 48 years. And then he honorably turned it back over to his son, bro. You know that? He said he gave it back to Egypt, bro. And that's why I say another Pharaoh rose who didn't know us, and they put up, yeah.
There'll soon be 2 days.
But yeah, bro, he had that mind in him so deep. So deep, he turned the whole nation.